In pursuit of perfect nebari on seedlings from Japanese maples, I'm going to take this Acer palmatum of unknown origin, which was airlayered in June 24 and separated in September 24. I'm going to take it out from this wooden box. It will go back into the same box. Try to sort out the roots in a better manner than they are now. We will see how they look like. I can see that the tree is pushing itself out from the box. Exactly this method is dedicated to achieving perfect nebari. So wooden board, one little screw, 3 mm by 25 screw to the bottom, nailing the roots to the board. I will show you. I've done already few of those this year. Last year I was doing only fixing to board without nailing the roots. So now this is another level. So it's out. Wooden board, wooden plate, which is wired. Tree is wired to that plate. I see one wire, I see second one. I feel the tree is released now, so I need to get this old board out. So, piece of board, probably like 12 by 12 centimeters. This one is dry. This one is dry. Most probably residues of moss which decomposed on the soil. How the nebari looks like. Taking in consideration that it was on a board, it's not ideal. So the problem is there are at least 2 layers of nebari. This is one, and beneath that there is the second one. The question is for which I decide to go. So I remove this root which is very far, and I can say I go for this big root and that. I will be closer to junction, but these roots are already way too big and I don't like it. It should have been done earlier, but it's Airlayer. But maybe last year it was a good time. Now it's too late and the nebari needs to major work. But it looks really bad. So I try to remove the ones which are at the very bottom, because I will not need those. This will be maybe even more drastic than I was thinking. So I have this 1 centimeter piece from which several roots are growing. Those roots here. I remove those. This bottom is really bad. So, because there is inverse taper, of course it will solve itself somehow with a lot of growth. When this will have, let's say, 4 or 5 centimeters, it will solve. But until then, it's a real mess. I'll try to remove the big one. Yeah, that's pity. The big root and 2 levels of nebari, that's really pity. Yeah? So I will try to work with those and let it grow really strongly so that wounds will heal, and we will see how it will evolve. So let's nail it to the board so the roots are in ideal position, and let's see how the tree will respond. Maybe this board is too small, but then in case I'm using bigger board, then the box will be too small. So I'm going for that one anyway. I have this kind of staples. So these staples are really narrow. They will help me to put the roots into position I wish to have. They fulfill another function which I didn't know up until recently. But when I was reading Andrea Merigioli book on maples, I realized that Japanese masters, Ebihara and different masters were using them, so that when you staple the root, then at the place where you staple it, the root will create the junction, which is obvious, but I didn't know that. So I take a nail, and for example this root, I want to have it more here. The thing is not to hit yourself on the fingers, which with such small staple is not so obvious and not so easy. So I will do this end first. So this bifurcation of a root, I want to go away from this main line. I staple it a little bit more to the left, this more to the right. This one is crossing here. So I rearrange it here, more to the left, and also bend it with the staple. So there are 2 roots, so one will go more to the left and one more to the right. Not too much, I don't want to create a very big angle, just separate them. This root is completely deformed. I will try to place it here and divide this. It's going more up, so I have to more aggressively nail it. There are still 2 levels of roots here, so I'm going to remove the upper one and keep the bottom one. Now it will be complicated because there is a branch. One more here to this root because it's lifting up. I have to hurry up because the roots are drying out. I better finish it soon. I have a couple more roots to do. I want to move this biggest one more to the right. And now back here. These two are crossing, so I have to exchange them. And one goes here, another goes few millimeters away from this. One more to this direction, too much to the left. So this one I'm going to remove because it's too far up and it's redundant. So that's it, my attempt in this. I'm keeping these fiber roots, so I seal the big wound. So it will be under the ground or very close to the ground. I don't want to bury it too much because the result which I achieved now with 2 layers of nebari is most probably a result of burying it too much into the ground. I don't have a time for a new box, so it goes into same box, but I just remove the wires. I don't need to fix it that much. I'm using this sieved akadama, the smaller fraction, not because it's necessary, but because I have it and I have nothing else to use it this year. So this tree will have a luxury of akadama, and let's see. Too many branches, too many things going on, but it's just for thickening the trunk. So the leaves are already here, so it was, very late repotting, more on the risky side. I'm going to water it, and next year we can check how the nailing affected the roots. I'm curious myself, so let's see in a year or 2 years' time how the roots look like. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.